Everyone, host test. Today we are discussing border security and money laundering. How is it? Should be very easy. Not easy. Lengthy. Okay. Any other comments? You written all last? What is status? 2 you written. Why you left? What about you? 2. Okay, you seen the workbook? Doing something, writing, filling. Something is going on. So many columns are left. Only border security mein which one filled hai? Pakistan is filled. After that I think Myanmar is filled. India, Myanmar. Baki sab you have to fill it up. Committees, way forward, everything written hai. Whatever we are discussing in the class also fill it up in the workbook. Okay. You attended last 2 classes. You can connect many examples, many arguments we have been using in last 2 class questions. Very similar pattern here also. Quite similar, same line topics. Only money laundering is little different. Border security, northeastern issue, Myanmar border, all same issues which we discussed for insurgency. You can connect here also. Come. So what we have done is, what is this? We have done a basic framework for border security. Okay. The idea is whatever you have to write on border security, think on these lines. What is the order followed here? Can make an inference. Similar to GS syllabus wise. If you search online, you will get something like this. For our ease of remembering, we clubbed it into GS syllabus lines. How much points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Everything will not be relevant. At least 3, 4 in every border you can think of. That will suffice. Similarly, for general internal security threat of India. In one question we discussed this, but beyond that, do a similar framework for internal security threats India is facing. In general, in which you can applicable in almost all questions. Club most of the threats into some kind of framework like this. Okay, give me some example for each of these. So, socio-cultural threat, how it is impacting in border issues? Migration. In which border it is major problem? Bangladesh border. Have any data? Now it is very good, very good. Tripura case, but that is from Bangladesh only or from other parts of the state country also? Bengali population is there, right? However, what is geographical one issue? Tell me. Border security you can connect. Hilly areas in northeast, big forest areas. What is one data? 2/3 of northeastern area is hilly areas. Only Brahmaputra plain and Tripura there may be some plains, except all northeast hilly areas. Political sovereignty issues in borders. Surgical strike, transgression by China. So many you can connect with. Everything in J&K border issues, LOC, all this. Myanmar coup. Geopolitical, you can connect Myanmar coup or things happening in other countries in geopolitical. It's more legal. What you will write? 100 amendment. What was that? Enclaves exchange with Bangladesh. Anything else? Free movement regime. Very good. Airline permit is not a border issue for say. Free, what is this FRM? Free movement regime, FM. This is exactly border issue. What is it? Give me a brief. For Myanmar border, within 16 kilometers, you can go here and there without any visa or any other documents. Tell me geopolitical. What you are saying? Myanmar coup. What is impact of this? More than that? Beyond that? Migration of whom? Rohingya Muslims. Economic issues, cite me something. Smuggling. Any data? What is major smuggling issue along Bangladesh border? Cattle smuggling. Defense security, what you will write? You can connect anything? Anything else? Think on lines of limitations of border security forces. Lack of operation, not modernized, old ways of doing surveillance, technology surveillance is not implemented, all this. Technological, what you will write? Drones, e-fencing. What is e-fencing? Using laser, all these technologies. Thermal imaging, where it is proposed? Bangladesh it is. Pakistan is there. Bangladesh is also there. Mainly in areas where rivers is flowing, where riverine areas, you need something beyond manual fencing. So overall, you know enough examples. That's why I told something we discussed, something we heard, all these same issues we are going to discuss in these question also. So this is first question. Cross-border movement of insurgents is only one of several security challenges facing the policing of border in Northeast India. Examine the various challenges currently emanating from India-Myanmar border. Also discuss steps to counter the challenges. So what are different parts you getting? Tell me. There is similar to what we are discussing. There is a statement. So you have to give something to substantiate the statement. The statement is also having different arguments. Cross-border movement is only one of several security challenges. So what you can do? Write something about this. Then somehow try to connect with other issues. You can make this an introduction also. If no other introduction is fitting, you have a statement, you have to substantiate it, make that a part of the introduction also. What else? Now it is more easy. There is one more issue in this question. Can anyone figure it out? Policing is in the statement, right? That will go here. In the question, what is the next question? How you address this word? What is difference between, sometimes if question is what are different security challenges along India-Myanmar border, and suppose question is examine different challenges in India-Myanmar border. Can you do something to give a substantiation? Anything else? Okay, you have to give an analysis whether this is challenge is there or not. Anything else? You're saying we have to give government what government is doing, that part also. Anything else? Thing is, if question is having examine, and in this question how much part you make? This part cannot take, this is only 2 or 3 points, not carrying that much weightage. If you only write challenges, after the third part will be steps to counter it. So what we are trying to do, around 20 points for 50 markers. So how much points you need here? Very high, 8, 9, 10 points is required. Generating 10 points is not easy. So what you can do? And we have a keyword examine also. What we have done here is, we will discuss what are the challenges. Now we will discuss why these challenges are coming. Here we will give reasons, gravity of the challenge as you told. All this we will discuss here. That can be a part of why. Failure of security forces, failure of governance mechanism, all this. So instead of going straight into challenges, we are trying to give little bit more dimensions to it. If question is exactly what, then we cannot do it. We have to sit and generate 10 points. Here we have a scope to think little bit deep into it. That's why we are going into it. Next, steps to counter. इसमें कुछ कर सकते हैं, discuss a keyword. You can include both. Way forward, you can steps. In that sense, you can finish the answer. No, it is directly asked, right? If here we should give what may 3-4 points, why may 3-4 points. Here also it should be 5 points at least, 5 plus points. Steps taken. Okay. You are saying the way forward as next part. That you can shorten it up. This cannot be that much shortened. Okay. Clear? Go ahead. Introduction क्या करेगा? Bangladesh, Hills, Nagaland 2/3. Who is this? Prakash Chandra. Very good. Multiple security agencies, no cooperation. Very good. Okay. Yeah. What you will do for introduction? NSC and K. You have cited somewhere in the answer. Not in introduction. If not in introduction, somewhere you have written. What else? We are giving some data also. If you read newspaper or if you check data, you will see find data XYZ kg of XYZ drug is being caught. Studying that data is not feasible. Give some easy method, 150% or 1.5 times. Okay. Got the idea? We are giving a substantiation to whatever the statement is given. After that, we have divided answer into two parts. What are the challenges? Then why these challenges are occurring? And what is your thinking framework? Border security issues we have discussed. Socio-cultural, geographic, political, sovereign, legal, geopolitical, economic. All this will not come into effect in every borders. At least think 4-5 you will get. So tell me, what are major issues? Insurgency, everyone should have written. One group. You have to give example, you have to give more depth, some more to it. Have a data, cite the data. Insurgency operations you cannot leave out because that is the major issue in India-Myanmar border. What else? Drug trafficking. Cite some data. Chinese transgression. What is Chinese issue in Arunachal Pradesh? Arunachal Pradesh is part of Tibet according to Chinese version. Infrastructure gap. What data you will cite? There was a committee we were discussing yesterday. That is for way forward. Another data like developmental gap. What is Northeast GDP? Per capita GDP of Northeast is 27% lower than national average. Which committee is saying this data? Northeast Council, Northeast Council. 4-5 is enough. We are dividing answer into 4 parts. Okay, if you have more points, write it. This can write it anywhere. There is no strict demarcation like. There is some. Which part of Myanmar border is not demarcated? Myanmar border is mostly demarcated. Only left part is tri-junction between India, China, Myanmar tri-junction, that is not demarcated. So this lead to poor management of border in those areas. You can connect like this. What else? Why these challenges? Speak about this. What is major issue in Myanmar border? Myanmar border is fully occupied by tribals, Nagaland, all these states. Problem is, even though the border is demarcated, there is clear border in the map or in the ground also. Problem is that tribes are having some tribes here. Tribal map if you draw, they are very contiguous. Nagalim has parts of Myanmar also. So tribal, they have to travel here, they have to travel here. Even though we have a demarcated boundary, it cannot be made completely fenced or like that. So in order to secure this, there is free movement regime, which we discussed around 16 kilometers in both directions. What it lead to? In free movement regime, they can carry whatever they can carry in hand also. It's not like only person can go. They can carry what they can carry also. So this lead to smuggling, arms trafficking, all this. Exchange information, all this. What is the golden triangle? Should have written this. We are discussing it from IR. Which are countries? Thailand, Cambodia bhi hai. Whatever. Got the idea, right? Golden triangle. What is this? Difficult terrain you will write. Geographical factor. Limitation of border security forces. What you will write? Technology is not updated. Assam Rifle is managing Indo-Myanmar border. BSF, you cannot say that. Like earlier it was like this. Different agencies were managing border. Then this coordination issue was there. Now the idea is one border, one force. That idea is being implemented. Like whole Pakistan border is managed by BSF. Similarly, whole Assam border is managed by who? Assam Rifles. But you can cite something like when army is coming into picture, there may be lack of coordination issues. Surgical strike, something like that is happening, then army is also being involved. So this part you can address. Where is this? One major point is missing in this. Coup in Myanmar. That should be included. Clear? Most of stories, examples we are not discussing, all everything is covered, nothing new is being here. One next part. Steps to challenge, address this. Here also the idea is when we are discussing border security, don't limit it to only security forces issue. Expand your thinking and expand other factors, bring in other factors also. That's why this picture coming into border security, you should not limit into BSF issue or Assam Rifles issue. What is Naga peace accord? After all, border has to be settled, insurgency has to be stopped. Naga peace accord we discussed so much. What is it? IM, NSC and IM. Idea is framework agreement was signed in 2015. Still the full agreement is not coming into force. What is major issue? Demand for separate constitution and separate flag. Technology, e-fencing. In your workbook, open the workbook. Take the Myanmar page. Where is it? Page number 23, 24. So many new words you can find. Comprehensive border infrastructure project. Integrated check post. What is integrated check post? Why it is called integrated? Check post means there will be transfer of something. Both side in every check post, both side will be there. No? Why we call it integrated? Human will also be going, trade will also be going. That everything will go to same check post. Border hearts, yeah. What is it? Bangladesh it is. That is for promoting trade of local artisans. Anything else? Border area development program. These are like standards. Few things here are very standard. One thing is this comprehensive border infrastructure project. Second, integrated check post. Third one, this border area development program. All these three will come in every border issue. Whichever border issue, way forward or government initiatives you are discussing, it will come into force. If any specific example, like in ICP, we have given an example here. Similarly, if you have any specific example, Write it down here regarding each border. वो कैसे मेंशन करेगा? मेंशन कर सकता है. Give me how you will mention. Development issue. Northeast में how Northeast can solve the developmental issue? That is having more trade, more economic integration, connectivity. In that all this comes. Southeast Asia, Act East. This is a part of it. Anything new to discuss? FMR regime. There is some sort of strict checking is required. Even though we cannot take away, don't write like stop FMR regime. Even though it is creating issue, saying that stop it will be very insensitive to tribal demands. That may affect insurgency, all these problems will still create. But some kind of regularization is required. Developmental initiatives, modernization of forces, Shegatkar committee. There is detailed recommendations in the workbook. See that? Okay. You can easily generate 5-6 points. Anyone done something more? Something to contribute? You might have written something. Steps to counter means step lena hai. Way forward. You can include one more part. Steps, government initiatives, that also you can be part of the answer. Yes, yes, you can write. Like for Naxalism, we were discussing inner, what was that? Inner area development program. Similar program, that program is run by CRPF, right? Similar program, BSF or Assam Rifles, you can connect with that. No issues. In way forward, you have flexibility to innovate. You can write some innovative solutions also. Yeah, political penetration. Very good. Move ahead. So conclusion, in security question, little difficult to get a very solid conclusion. Holistic approach. One other approach we discussed is Naxalism related to that. Multi-pronged strategy. What are 5 dimensions of it?
Security, development, psychological, political penetration.
Very good, very good. Security is for 2. Security, development, governance, political, security aspect, community engagement. This is 5 for government strategy for excelling Naxalism. Community engagement, political penetration, all these are relevant in border areas also, border villages, border, whichever development is saying, community engagement should be part of it. Okay. One more question also we will see, similar, very much connection. So read the second question. Tell me which parts you have written. Analyze internal security threats and transborder crimes along Myanmar, Bangladesh and Pakistan borders, including LOC. Also discuss the role played by various security forces in this regard. So what is good thing about this question? 3 different countries is given and you have 2 different parts to answer. What is issues? What is way forward? 3 countries, even if you give 3 issues in each, you will get more than 20 points. 15 to 20 points will come very easily. What are different parts? Tell me. different security challenges. You will divide it in Myanmar, what is non-LOC areas? Punjab, Gujarat, Rajasthan. 4 parts you will get. What else? Role of security forces. How you address this? How you address this? Take the workbook again. In every border, the first point is government initiatives or government approach. First point is whichever border security force is managing that border. Assam Rifles in Indo-Myanmar. So write something into it. What are Assam Rifles is doing? Is there any internal issue? Fill that much. There is in syllabus also, there is last sentence. What is it? Mandate of security forces. So this is only reference question you will find in last all years. So what you have to do is in these borders, within that itself write about those security forces. So that will cover that syllabus part also. Rest, this is very easy question. We already have enough points. All should have written this very well. So this is what I told. You don't need to follow exactly same thing, but the approach is create a dimension list for thinking on internal security issues. List down various internal aspects and make a framework and fix it in your mind. Whatever security question you have to generate points, you think in these way. Like in border security, we divided it in syllabus wise. Not required to do the same, but think along some kind of framework is required. Okay, and put it in the workbook. If you are using the workbook, put it in the workbook also, and thinking line also should be part of your note or whatever notes you are making. Only don't make it a place where only data and examples are filled. Invest some time on writing this how to think aspect of every dimensions of that. Move ahead. This is introduction. What do you write introduction for this? Some data regarding border issues. Some data to cite border issues is an internal security challenge. Some example where some issue came from border and created issues. Something like that you can cite. Close the slide. So what is first part of the answer? Internal security threats and trans-border crimes. There is a word trans-border crimes. How will you address? Will you go and split this also? Internal security threat and trans-border crime. If you threat split that also, it becomes very big to handle. So one approach you can do is, what we have done here is, we are discussing different kind of threats: political threat, economic threat, coastal security, marine threat, and all these. And to substantiate this, we will give some related with some crimes, trans-border crimes, which is creating problems. They can be clubbed. It's not totally very different aspects. But if you have got a question, you should have something in the mind like, don't forget all this. Don't go into the mindset, we simply have to write the issues along the each borders. Getting 3 borders are given, we know so many issues along the border. Still, the idea is respect the question, respect what is being asked. Here what is asked is internal security threat and trans-border crimes. So what you have list down some threats. These are the threats India is facing. and these are the crimes due to which this threat is arising. Connect with whatever is being asked, whatever knowledge you have, connect with what is asked. Getting? What have you done? Anyone wrote this threat about the threat part of this answer? Threat and crime you combined. Anything wrote this like this, something like this, political threat, economic threat. Got it. Good actually. Looking good. Okay. Examples what we will say? Tell me issues on Bangladesh border. Sorry. Myanmar, I don't think we need to discuss. Tell me something on issues on Bangladesh border issues. What is problem with Teesta River?
Bengal is not ready to share.
Do we have any agreement? Problem is West Bengal is having different stance, central government is having different stance. And at the end of the day, Bangladesh need more water because it's all agriculture is depending on this. It can relate to clashes between India and Bangladesh, cooperation will be lost. Sovereign matter, we are discussing political threats. Connected with, like, whenever this Bangladesh Prime Minister visit India, Teesta will be always in news. Something will be signed, but nothing happens on reality. This is like an irritant issue between India and Bangladesh. No solution for continuing long years. Illegal migration. What else we have? Recently there is a report on this. Anyone remember? Bangladesh illegal migration, like I think India Today. They have done something like investigative journalism, all these things. And there were some recordings, data on, I think 15K you give me, then I will bring one person from Bangladesh to India. And the guy is asking whether you will bring Aadhaar card, ration card ID, voter ID, and he is saying everything we will provide. 15K means full package. One admi with Aadhaar card, with ration card, even with voter ID. Voter ID means is offering citizenship, 15K for. And there is one more part of it. Like he is asking whether you have done it previously. And I have 15 साल से यही कर रहे हो. So illegal migration is one very big issue around Bangladesh borders. Cattle smuggling, counterfeit network, all these we have discussed somewhere are very common issues. Anything new? There is a border maritime issue with Bangladesh also. What was the island name? Tell me. Forgot. I also forgot. There is one controversy, like Rohingyas is being transferred there. That controversy is also going. Something like that. 1 lakh Rohingyas is being transferred. Bangladesh was planning, and what was issue? Isn't it good thing? They don't have a country, give them an island. It is not a stable island. They are saying they will create some fencing around the island and transfer 1 lakh people. But fencing is not sustainable, and sea level is increasing, all these. Long term, you cannot depend on that island. Yeah, fill it up in the book. Pakistan issue, so much issues. I don't think. One thing is cyber attack should be part of it. Tell me name. Bashanchar Island, already settled. Rohingya Muslims. So Sir Creek dispute, what is? Tell me something about it. Why is so much dispute in Sir Creek? What is the point of interest? What? Yes, there is potential natural gas reserves. So that one reason. Second reason, okay, more common issue. Fisheries, one of the biggest fishery ground it is. What is border issue? One river is there. India is saying it should start from here border. Pakistan is saying border is here, not here, not in the middle. Cyber attacks, that should be part of this. Border issues don't leave cyber attacks. We discussed all these. Mumbai attack, Kudankulam plant, energy security also you can connect with it. Start, go ahead. What is next part? Solutions we are discussing. No, role played by various security forces. What will you include? How you approach this? It's quite tough part. Like you will miss content. In the other part there was no end to the content you can put it. Here what you have written? Tell me. Your country wise you have written. Force wise, okay. BSF and Assam Rifles. Only two are there, right? Anyone else is there? Indian Army is also there. Okay. Or four issues. So role of each forces you have written. Indo-Tibetan. IBSF. Where it is coming? It may be holding a small part. Keys, whichever, what happened? Intelligence agencies. Okay, IB, raw and all. You can cite, but don't make it too big point. 1-2 line you can take for it. Okay. Should share the PPT. किधर टेलीग्राम में? It will be difficult. Let's see. Yeah, that's better. Go to YouTube. So you have done with each security force. What? Tell me, Antar, what have you done? Satyam, क्या किया? You drawn the border map. Then क्या force क्या कर रहा है? ठीक है. You also done map. क्या नाम है? Prakash. Tell me how you approach this question. Ronak. Okay. Yeah. Tell me. No, this part I am asking. Role of security forces. Okay. So what we have done here is all security forces duties is divided into primary duty and secondary duty. What is primary duty? Guarding the border. Whatever major issue like insurgency is going on, then curbing it. Smuggling is going on, curbing it. All those come under primary factors. Secondary में क्या आएगा? Civilian issues, civilian pandemic में कुछ कर रहा है. There is some examples. Where is it? Yeah. Who is it? BSF donated 1 day salary to PM Cares Fund during pandemic, and they were active during for what? Awareness building around border areas. So whatever that is not directly related, disaster management, Assam floods, everything, these security forces are being enacted. So primary duty में ये भी आएगा, that is which all war you will include? In Bangladesh issue 1974, which one is 71 war, what BSF did? Mukti Vahini, whose was it? Mujib Rahman and all. So what they done is India was supporting these guys. So India was training these Mukti Vahini and all. Who was against them? Pakistan army. At last the war happened and Pakistan army surrendered. Famous peak was there. Mukti Vahini was rebels. If you strictly terms, they were rebels in Bangladesh. Freedom fighters. You can better word you can use, freedom fighters. What else? Skill development, Roshni scheme. Somebody told. Whatever development initiatives, integrated check post, all these you put it in the secondary responsibilities. Primary responsibilities, you put whatever it is directly related to it. Kargil war you can cite. ठीक है? Conclusion, I don't think it requires so much of time. Write something positive about it, border security force or something. Okay, move ahead. Third question, what you've done? This also very, this has something we have discussed this. Remember? Which question? Or ground workers. Jamaat Islami question, first class I guess. So what is the question? For effective border area management, discuss the step required to taken to deny local support to militants and also suggest ways to manage favorable perception among the locals. So it's a 10 marker. Bit have some comfort. 2 parts, what it will be? Steps required. What next? Ways to manage perception. Okay. So how you generate points? Here one way of discussing is, we already seen how our ground workers are creating issues. How we approach that question? Remember anyone? How we approach role of our ground workers in continuing the militancy or all this. So role of our ground workers, we see, make a framework like this. Suppose if a terrorist attack is happening, before attack, what is the role? In conducting the attack, what is the role? And post or after attack, what is the role? And what all role they play? All these ideological base, recruitment of people, militant cadres, technological, logistic support, smuggling, politicization of terror activities, shielding against counter militancy, stone pelting. All this discussed in that question. So this you can put it as a diagram, put it as something like that. Take pic if you want. Take together everything. Go ahead. This is not key part of your answer. Make this a diagram. Make this a very small, concise part of it. So if you have this coming into your mind, then generating next point is very simple. Think solutions for all of this. If the framework is coming, then this coming is very easy. Now one next part we have to do is think solutions for each. That is also government step is not asked. Steps to be taken is asked. So you have flexibility to write. So this is that question. First class we discussed overground workers question. Ideological based systematic entrapment. What is it? Remember? What is a systematic entrapment? Very young age, 7 years, they are being starting to be brainwashed and training into militant groups. Logistical support, political demands. Yeah, all these. Now what are solution to this? Take pick. What are solutions? Why deterrence? Deterrence means what? There should be some fear, something to stop the people going into violence. How it can be built? Strict action, something anti-militancy operation that should not be stopped. Breaking ideological entrapment, how we can do this? Education, cite some schemes. Employment opportunity, Roshni scheme itself you can cite. Any other education schemes relevant to J&K or something? Himayat. What is this deradicalization measures? Already radicalized youth, they should have some systematic approach how to bring them back. Otherwise, if we left them in their own, they will go back to the organization. What it will have? Different parts. Two, three parts. Tell me how you can think. Not just in this question. I'm approaching, you have to solve deradicalization issue. How will you solve it? First thing is you need to map them. Mapping, how much is the gravity of the issue. Then comes all this rehabilitation, all this approach. Then there should be a long-term vision why this is happening to solve this. Counseling, all these come with rehabilitation, in that it will come. Counseling, all these approaches. Trust building. So what is it? Blockading, logistical support. Borders should be secure. Arms smuggling is happening through borders, then there is no end to it. Intelligence gathering, community participative border management. UAPA, legal action. We discussed something around data regarding this. How much it was? Overall UPA conviction is less than 3%. Someone is saying less than 6%. Recent data is, I think, 6%, less than 6%. And what government is, how government is countering it? State government are creating all issues. Central government is having above 90% conviction rate. That is data given by minister, not making up. All this point we already covered. Connectivity, road, infrastructure, mobile. What next? Ways to manage favorable perception. That is next part of the question. How will you do this? What you did for re-radicalization, de-radicalization? Yes. Where it will come? It will not come anywhere. Yeah, you add a new point. Religious leaders, that madrasa issue, that can also be part of the solution. Rest the solutions all are very similar. Give me an example for this. There was one human shield issue. One second. What is that? Human shield issue.
के आगे और pending
In front of jeep, one man was kept. What was the name of the general? I think it's not fair to use that. So, thing is, in front of jeep, one army was tied and he was taken up. And what was the explanation by the army for that? At least that general? Self-defense. Otherwise, they may be attacked and there may be more violence. So, they done this and lessen the violence. So, whatever happened, it creates a very bad perception about army, bad perception about government, all the system. So, these should not happen. What is this media plan? In which context we discuss this? Left-wing extremism. Media plan is creating some active profile in all media so that government and other agencies aware of it. Yes. Social media regulation. This is very must. Why? Example. ISIS recruitment, how it is happening? Twitter. Yes. This part also you can address 4-5 parts. It's a 10 marker only. This also we discussed. Where we discussed? We discussed a Bihar model. Sandesh. So what they have done, that is in respect to Naxalism, conducting regular elections. PESA Act, implementing strict implementation of PESA Act. In border areas also, strengthening local self-governments is very much key. Wherever issue is going, local self-government is like, if that is functioning, then whole part is being settled.
we can pay for the pay compensation for the counter militant operation the collateral damage होता है.
Yes. Insurgency. For insurgency, we have this surrender policy. That's why you are.
किसी की बिल्डिंग में काउंटर टेररिस्ट ऑपरेशन हुआ तो वो बिल्डिंग डैमेज हो जाती है.
Okay. Compensation for military damages, something like that. We don't have anything already. Something is there. But good points. The point is, if some counter insurgency operation happened and some damages is there, then there should be some compensation to that guy. School, buildings, all this. Surrender policy also you can cite. Anything else? You have something to add? Go ahead. All these very similar question. That's why we don't have anything new to say. Tomorrow we will have a little more flexibility. What is tomorrow topics? Cyber security. That is totally different. So we'll have to speak some new examples. Cyber attack on eggs. Cite that in exam tomorrow somewhere. Then cite it like that. So yeah, not going to discuss this. Go ahead. This is little different question we have. What is it? Discuss how emerging technologies and globalization contribute to money laundering. Elaborate measures to tackle the problem of money laundering both at national and international level. How much marks? 10 marks. 10 marks, 2 questions, 4 parts. It's very easy. Tell me different parts. Role of 2 parties given. One is emerging technology. Emerging technologies contributing to money laundering. What is next? Globalization contributing to money laundering. What is next? Measures to tackle. We'll have two parts. National level, international level. All done the same structuring. You also, at least you have thought the same, right? Not confusing question. Yeah. Anything else? I don't think anyone will think. We have 4 parts. Very easy. So how you generate points? Take the workbook. If anyone watching online, you can download the workbook from the Telegram channel. Where is money laundering? Page number 29. This definition, little bit I regret for keeping it here. It's quite very complicated. Find a little bit easy definition for money laundering. FATF definition also little bit complicated, so we'll discuss one definition here. Simple definition without any Vienna Convention or something like that. Go like this. So yeah, we'll discuss with the answer. How will you introduce this answer? Either you can start with some data. And what is data? FATF 2 to 5% of global GDP, and it is 2 trillion up to. How much is India's GDP? 2.8, 2.9. 3 हो गया? Okay, 3 trillion. And money laundering is happening at a level of 2 trillion. It's almost comparable with India's GDP. Either you can start like this, or if you are not getting any data, define money laundering. And this is complex definition. Better go for some easy definitions. What is money laundering exactly? Suppose you have XYZ. You have, suppose a person have money which is not accounted, not in tax books. Now he have to use it, government will catch him. So he will do something so that the money reach back him as a legal money. This process of conversion is called money laundering. And how it is being done? Take the workbook, there is a picture. Take the workbook. There is 3 steps given, 3 steps of money laundering. Placement, layering. Tell me what is placement? It's not just splitting, right? What you will do after that? You have to put it somewhere. From taking here, you have to put it in some banking system. You can divide it into small amounts, all this you can do. What is integration? Layering. After placement, layering. What is layering? Multiple accounts, multiple transaction you will do, so that tracking will be very difficult. Integration, bringing that back. How it will come back? Investments. How much India is having investment from Mauritius? Second largest, so in the top. And where it is coming from? It can have significant part of all this. Go ahead. So this question, what we have to connect money laundering with? Emerging technologies. And next, globalization. How will you do it? Either go with that approach, like think of 5 different technologies and apply that. What are 5 different technologies you will think? At least 3 different technologies you can connect with. Tell me. Blockchain you will obviously connect, cryptocurrency, blockchain, that everyone will connect. What next? Swift is, how it is related to emerging technology? Swift is a very legal formal route. If Swift is not being followed, we have issues. Anything else? Other technology, tell me. Darknet you can connect with. Illegal online activities you can connect with. Next. Artificial intelligence, how you will connect? How? Machine learning, how? How you will connect with money laundering? Fake IDs, go ahead. Thing is, who is checking money laundering? Departments like ED, FATF. How they check? If a transaction happened, they check whether it is suspicious transaction. And this is all done digitally. So artificial intelligence, machine learning, all this come into picture. They will do some XYZ, better software, better applications, better all these. They bring it and cover it up the layer that is like monitoring layer of the surveillance of the FATF or regulatory organization. Clearing? Darknet you told, cryptocurrency you told, AI. Anything else? AI thing is, money laundering is happening. XYZ money is transferred from here to here. Now how this being catched or caught? There will be some monetary mechanism. Right? Who will be doing it? Government. Obviously. On global level, FATF, all these guys, regulatory organizations. Now how AI come into picture? They will design this transfer in such a way that they can somehow go ahead of this monitoring mechanism. Technological. Use of drones. Organized crime, that is generating money. It is organized crime, you can relate. Don't too much. What system? How do you catch them? That you are asking. How will send? I'm not getting it. I'm still not getting. We'll discuss after the class this. I'm not. Yeah. Tell me. Come on, guys. This is not. Which movie you are relating to? Yeah, can be. I'm not fully countering it. Anything else? Come on. You have so much imagination. After drones, what next? You have something to add? क्या नाम है उसे? Thing is, one approach is you can go with think of different technologies. Other approach? Yes. It's very old technology. Still, you can cite. What else? What you can? What is the other approach? One very general approach you should follow is in all money laundering question is go with these approaches. First approach, placement, how some technology is being part of it. Think of layering, how some technology is being part of it. After that, integration. Okay, that is being done here. We have, this is your standard framework for all money laundering answers. You're generating way forward, you're generating challenges of checking money laundering. Everything go with this placement, layering and integration. So what you can say? What examples are given here? Pick everyone, whoever want. Hello Gautam. Namaste. Who else? Yeah, go ahead. So what is examples given here? Cryptocurrency, how it helps? Start with that. You already familiar with this. How it helps in money laundering? There is no regulation in India. Maybe regulation nahi hai. Is it banned in India? It's not banned, but it is not regularized also. So somewhere it is unclear, gray area, and most of the jurisdiction it is not regulated properly. So it's a very effective tool for doing on money laundering, organized crime funding, all this. What else? What is this? Non-fungible tokens. Digital property. Like how will it will come into picture in money laundering? Integration step. They can buy worthless piece for 10 crore and transfer the amount. AI we already told. Suspicious transaction it can cover it up. And what is these two step? Disruptive financial markets. Neo banking. So many alternate new bank is coming. New generation banks are coming up. Some of these are not under complete regulation of regulatory bodies, RBI and all. What is this? Faster payment systems? ATM, UPI, something like that. UPI is still very formal, but there are other systems also coming up. So what it happens, which layer it helps? Layering. You can do multiple transactions in seconds. Okay. Thinking line is this itself. 3 different heads. Now the second part is after new technology, you can cite darknet also. Not written here. Drones, cite very cautiously. Keep it as a new, it's not still new means it's also subjective. Where we put new. What? How you connect with globalization? What else? What you were saying? Example? You are making a very specific point very confidently, and what is your basis for this argument? What is basis for this argument? You read somewhere. Get some examples. Shell companies. How it connect you? How will you connect a shell company to globalization and money laundering? Let's see. Offshore accounts, yeah, part of it. Tax havens. It's not required to be island. Yeah. So how? What is first point? Yeah, you can very easily transfer to different jurisdictions. Access to tax havens. What is tax havens? Give me some examples. Panama, Mauritius. Shell companies. What is shell company? Company without active business. They are only for showing the transaction or doing other things. What is this base erosion and profit shifting? company, what company does? Suppose a company is having, this is India. Suppose a company is having business in India. What they does is they establish their headquarters in Mauritius or somewhere. After that, they will show that all this profit is being generated in the Mauritius, and so we have only to pay tax in the Mauritius, and there will be 0%. So in effective, they are not paying any tax.
इसका एक और तरीका वो जो इंटरमीडिएट गुड्स होते हैं वो कंपनी के
Arm's length, that is, trade should be arm's length. Yes. Got what he is saying? What is arm's length trade? For example, like suppose Coca-Cola company want to get this bottle from somewhere else. They will buy from a subsidiary company for very high price. Market rate of this is say 1 rupee. They buy it for 100 rupees. So effectively what will happen? Companies' profit in India will be very low. So they don't have to pay tax in India. And there it is coming it as trade account or whatever. They don't have to pay tax there also. And for checking this practice, government come up with arm's length, all this. Arm's length, what it means? Even if you are doing transaction with a subsidiary company, you have to be fair, you have to be rational, you have to be, market principles should be followed even if it is your subsidiary company. Yeah, take. This also. Go ahead. So what we done to check this? Arm's length is to check this practice. What we done to BEPS? What is our approach? Tax treaty is the major approach of government was? There is something like pay tax where there is effective management is there. Companies have to pay tax where the effective management is placed. Even though headquarters in Mauritius it doesn't give a right to all the tax will be paid in Mauritius. Effective management of company where it is working, there they should pay the tax. Double taxation agreement is also part of it. POEM, yes. Place of, what is it? So what is solution to this? Next part is solution, right? At national level, international level.
Complexity of economic system being in place due to globalization, like many new ideas are coming up, like Dream 11 and
Dream level.
इस तरह की नई गैम्बलिंग
Gambling, you can connect with that. Where you will put it? Globalization or new technology? Anywhere you can put. Globalization also you can put. Thing is he saying? What are you saying? New companies like gaming companies, Dream 11, Fantasy 11, gambling. Yes. Anything else? Anyone have written? What is solution to this? What is national? You can cite. How you relate with that? Garib Kalyan Yojana. This is something like drone. Write it on your own risk. Write it on your own risk. Don't use. Go ahead, this you can all understand. There is something new in this. These points are given in your workbook. General recommendations of FAT. Just go through it when you are revising it. Something should strike in your freezing of accounts, terrorist accounts. Some sign like keywords should come into your answer. Don't go for by hurting all this. Whenever revising money laundering, just go through it. For that purpose, it is given. Tell me these ideas. This is something new which I haven't discussed. What is this minimum global tax proposal? More. Anything else? Every company should be taxed 15% of where it is operating. In which context it came into force? Yes, most big companies are paying 0% tax. That is the issue. And which group proposed it? Why G7? Which time it was proposed? After, during COVID, pandemic was going on. Why? Pandemic was going on, USA was facing issues. And USA was one country who declared highest transfers, like COVID transfer, direct transfer to the unemployment, all these things. So USA was needing so much money, so one of our approach was boom kar raha. India was good of it. They want to. So the context was developed countries, majorly USA was struggling economically, or at least government revenue was not coming. So they want something. So they put forward this idea: 15% taxation on every companies. What is India's stance on this? India was very happy. India really wants something like this. We are struggling with this. But ineffective, nothing really moved. There were some countries raising opposition. Problem like, which country was it? Ireland. Tax haven was Netherlands or Ireland. Some countries were having tax rate less than this, 7%, 12%. So these countries' problem was why they are kept like this? To attract investment. They are not tax havens per se. They are legal countries. They have put the taxation level very low to attract the investment, and their economy is functioning with that. Something 15% will be detrimental to them. They were not happy, and developing countries also, some countries not happy. So overall, it doesn't move on, but it's a very fantastic idea. Way forward, wherever you write those. What is this information sharing pact? There is something like that. If a US citizen go and buy property outside the US, that data has to be shared with US regulatory body. US has this agreement with most countries. India has agreement with some countries. Like we have similar agreement with which country? Which is always in news? Switzerland. And Switzerland has given some data of this account data, all this to the government. And what government is doing?
USA is saying
Switzerland given XYZ data to government of India also under some information sharing, intelligence sharing agreement. And government, what government did? It will, if government leak it outside or say it outside, it will be violation of the agreement with Switzerland, and government is not opening it up. A Supreme Court case was there regarding it, and government's argument was this will be opening it will be violation of XYZ. Some cases government is very strict about privacy. In Pegasus it is FATF, you can cite Pakistan, grey list, blacklist, game is going on. Where it is now? It is out of grey list, right? Basel committee, they bring up this, you were saying, SWIFT. So this has to be improved. Like banking system is facing so much of threat. What is big threat banking system is facing? What bank does? What bank does? No यार, बैंक किधर से mobilization करता है? Money is somewhere else. They are taking this money and they are redistributing this money. Bank is like an intermediary. And now what is coming? Before CBDC, people, why this cryptocurrency came into the scene? What was history of it? Why cryptocurrency came? Yes, its origin you can connect it with, when was the global financial meltdown? 8 or 9? 2008 global financial meltdown. What happened? Bank crashed. Which bank? You were saying Lehman Brothers. Then bank, it was a very established bank, it crashed in one day and people lost all their investment, all their transaction, everything. And some huge section lost trust in established banking networks, established investment networks. And they came up with something, this cannot be trusted. We need something which have some stability. And then from this cryptocurrency came. What is good thing about cryptocurrency? No. Here crisis happened and people lost money. That is one part of it. Second part of it, how when a crisis happened, economic growth is low. Then what government do? Pumping money into the system. And there is no limit how much money government can pump. And once this is happening, there will be inflation, value of money will be going down. All this affect investors. So investor confidence on money or whatever system, financial system, monetary system, all this was gone in this 2008 crisis and afterwards. And in this context, we need something which we can trust. And cryptocurrency came. How they find the solution in cryptocurrency? It cannot be unlimited. There is only X number of cryptocurrency. You know the basic now. Like if something like this, if here you can mine it very easily. Small system. Now the next level of cryptocurrency, accessing it will be difficult. And the highest will be very difficult. Still doable, and after that there is that much of cryptocurrency only available. After that you cannot mine it again. So there is some limit on how much you can pump into whatever crisis happen. This was the idea behind cryptocurrency. Now when it became hit, what happened? This is having volatility much higher than the established currency. Dollar, how much it vary? From 70 to 80. Cryptocurrency 50% crash हो रहा है, even with a Elon Musk one tweet करो, it can go anywhere. Now one cryptocurrency came, what happened? Like regulatory is not required, bank is not required, all this is happening itself. So government thought something we should also do. If we sit back, these guys will take all this. So all the governments in the world are developing their own central bank digital currency. Recently India also launched. For what it is? It is not for common man, it is for secondary market or something within bank transaction. India also launched. India is also planning. What is the idea of this? Cryptocurrency, it may be held by private people. This means central bank is directly giving the money. And what will be the impact of this? Need for bank is gone. If central bank is having a system where you can start an account with central bank and you can transact directly, then the need of the intermediary, intermediary role the bank is playing, that is not required if this system really catch up. So banking has so much issues, so much of economics, not fully related to this. Still you got all the picture. So how will you conclude this answer? Something you can positively write. So what is for tomorrow? Cyber security. That is totally new topic. We will discuss something new examples.
Cryptocurrency कैसे limited?
Cryptocurrency is limited by technology.
Number of coins limited है,
Number of coins are limited.
Bitcoin की number of coins limited.
Bitcoin ka number of coins are limited. Like it is having a ledger, something like this. Something like this. When you are saying you are going to mine the first cryptocurrency, it will be very easy. Even with very small MB system, you can mine it. Now you reach next level. Next cryptocurrency mining will be more difficult. Next will be more difficult. Now, if you really want to mine a cryptocurrency, you need supercomputer. You need all huge systems. Yes, yes. That is why we are saying when quantum technology. When this technology come into force, this crypto will fall in a day, because this is having high computing power, and this can just one minute में पूरा cryptocurrency कितना बचा है पूरा को mine करके लेगा. So this can risk factor all these system which is being built. Our total number is limited. This is for Bitcoin, but now there is also flexibility. Some other coins are coming where they can control somehow, they can increase somehow. Exactly, I don't know, but maybe Ethereum, which model, I don't know. Bitcoin is very fixed. Other currencies are but coming with flexibilities and all. Okay, so tomorrow cyber security. Come prepared. I will by morning I will upload all the workbook and come prepared. So thank you so much. All the best.